This is such a good idea, though.
No, this is lit. I'll tell you, this is gonna get super fucking fun. All right, all right, guys, what's up? This is. This is so awkward.
We already got a bloopers cut. Bloopers cut.
This is gonna be the TikTok fucking video. First TikTok video.
God.
All right. What's going on, guys? It is your boy Ryan Shells, and we're here with my boy Connor, Unified Famine, the legend himself.
That's good.
I was gonna say, can I get a hello there or something like that?
I give a peace sign, but you couldn't see it. So.
Yeah, facts.
That's a good point.
This is the first episode of our new podcast that we are starting. It's called the Are We Boys Podcast, and the reason it's called that is because that's me and Connor's inside joke. We talk a lot of trash to each other. And so we'll follow it up with, dude, are we boys or not? And so we thought that was fitting to name our podcast that. So this is going to be the first episode of that, and one thing that Connor and I both really have in common is our love for NBA basketball.
We love NBA basketball. Big
NBA basketball guys. And so we have a couple of things that we want to talk about. A couple of things that I can't believe I'm even reading with some of these topics. So
I mean, when we looked through them right here, there were a couple that we just couldn't believe.
I could not believe what I was reading, and we're going to give our honest thoughts on how the season's playing out this year. A couple of individual players that that have stuck out to us, and some certain events that have really stuck out to us as well. One of the things that me and Connor have in common is we both have some really blasphemous takes sometimes. And sometimes. And so we thought it would be fun to jump right in and just give our thoughts on things as far as the NBA goes this season. So I think first thing that we're going to dive into is how the league standings are so far. Number one thing that I want to talk about so far is the Chicago Bulls are the number one team in the East right now. They're sitting at a 26-10 record with 14-4 at home and 12-6 away. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought that the Nets were gonna be first in the East this year, regardless of whether or not Kyrie Irving was playing.
Yeah, it's still close. Nets are second. They're 24-13.
They are.
They're only 2.5 back. A lot of season left to play. But the Bulls, like 26-10, that's a big turnaround.
Yeah.
They made some big pickups like in the offseason.
I didn't think in the offseason that it was gonna make as much of a difference as it has for them this season. I didn't think DeMar DeRozan. I don't think anybody thought DeMar DeRozan was going to have as good of a year as he's having right now.
Literally, like I was talking to Joey earlier, and he's like, "Look at his stats.
Yeah,
he's scoring 26 a night.
Yeah, DeMar
26
DeRozan,
points a night. Like,
he's having a great year, and we knew that DeMar DeRozan could do that, but just like I don't think he had a great run with the Spurs, to be honest. Like he didn't play poorly or anything, but just the Spurs system, it didn't really like allow him to go as crazy as he probably could have, like he's going with the Bulls right now.
Oh, he's just playing really well in that system. He's got good players around him.
Yeah, and I also think the signings of Lonzo and Alex Caruso are huge because they needed defense. Oh, yeah. They needed defense, and Lonzo and Alex Caruso both bring really good on-ball defending. So.
Oh yeah, I mean Lonzo's 6'6". Like,
yeah.
he's not there to score. They got 3 guys who can score. He's there to get the ball in their hands, play some defense. He really found his place in Chicago. I don't think he had that in New Orleans.
Yeah, I think, to be honest though, like on paper, I think that New Orleans team could have been similar though. Like if Zion's healthy, they got Brandon Ingram. You know what I mean? Like I think it could have been a similar fit for Zoe, but I just think that like having like vets around him in Chicago is doing a lot for him. I think DeMar DeRozan, you know what I mean? He's seen playoff success before. Obviously, Zach LaVine, he's been in the league for a long time. No playoff success for Zach LaVine though.
It's been tough in the East recently though.
Yeah,
so you got to cut him a little slack.
It has, especially when he was on the Timberwolves too. Has he made the playoffs?
It would not surprise me if he has. I don't think he has.
Yeah, I don't think he has either. But Chicago Bulls, that's probably my biggest standout as far as the East right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 22-17 right now.
My Cleveland Cavs.
Yep, they're 5.5 back from first, which sounds like a lot, but you never know what can happen.
Still a lot of season.
Yeah, exactly. I did not think that they were going to be 500. To be honest with you, I thought that they were going to be a bottom 6 seed.
I thought drafting first, top 5, a lottery pick, in that running, top 3 pick again.
Who did they draft the most recently?
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley. And that
guy is a dog.
I was gonna say
has been playing so good this year. So
Yeah.
good this year.
And his defensive impact too is really important for you guys as well.
I think if it's any other year, if Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green, I think he went second. If they're not coming out of the draft, he's the number 1 pick, like hands down.
Yeah.
He probably could have went 1 in this draft.
I to be honest, I don't know too much about him. Where did he go to college?
He was USC.
USC?
USC.
Oh, UFC, gotcha. Was he the man in college?
USC.
USC, right? That's what I said.
Bro, are we saying the same thing?
I don't know, dude. USC, University of Southern California?
Southern California,
Okay,
yes,
gotcha.
sir. Yes, sir. He was the man there. He was the man. His brother went there too. I think his brother's older than him.
Is that where he's on the Atlanta Hawks? He played with Chino Hills with Lonzo. What's his name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Is that where he went to?
I don't remember.
Onyeka Okongwu.
Yeah.
Is that where? I'm pretty. That might be where he went. I might need to fact check that. I'm gonna fact check that. Onyeka. But yeah, Evan Mobley. He's doing a lot for you guys in the interior. Just having. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but he's like a pretty good rim defender, right?
Oh yeah, I think there like until like 30 games into the year, like he had like 2 blocks in every game. It was something stupid like that.
Yeah,
he's some crazy stat. Like especially with Jared Allen, like those two, like it's hard to score inside on the Cavs.
Yeah, you guys got Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I think they do a lot for you guys at the rim. And yes, I did fact check. Onyeka Okongwu did go to USC as well.
I'm glad you knew that because I would have had no clue on that.
That's kind of typical that I knew that. No?
That's typical. I won't lie. That's typical.
I'm a big Chino Hills fan, apparently.
Apparently.
But yeah, the Cavs, they especially with Colin Sexton out too.
Oh yeah, he's done for the year as well.
What injury was it again?
I believe he tore his Achilles. I believe.
Yeah, that's tough.
It was something like that. It was an ACL or an Achilles, one of the two.
That's very tough.
That's tough.
Yeah, so you guys, and he might, especially after an injury like that, you guys might not want to even invest in him anymore because you never know when you come back from an injury.
That's what he plays off too. Is his athleticism.
Yeah.
He can shoot a little bit, but he's there because he's explosive.
Yeah, fast. Yep, gets to the rim. In the Cavs' last 10, they're 5-5. So obviously even in the last 10. The Bulls, however, they're 9-1 in their last 10.
Yeah, I just saw that and I'm like, wow.
That's kind of typical.
That's with most of their roster out with COVID.
Yeah, facts. Actually, COVID has been ravaging the league, but especially the Bulls, bro. It was 6-7 players for a while.
Yeah, like good players too, like people who play valuable minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. And they're 9-1.
And they're 9-1. Yeah, that's scary, bro. Do you think it's their defense or their offense that carries them more heavily?
Yeah, I think. Well, it's both, but I think it's the defense. You had Lonzo, you had Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, good defender, Zach LaVine, good defender. That's what wins you games. They're scoring a lot of points too, though. So it's hard to say one.
They are averaging 111 points, 111.3 points per game, which is tied for the most in the Eastern Conference.
I just want to throw it out there. The Bulls were the 11 seed last year. The 11.
Wow.
Didn't even make the play-in tournament.
That's a big jump.
Play-in tournament. That's a huge jump.
And you got to think that DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, and Lonzo are the 3 biggest additions, and they went from 11. They jumped up 10 spots.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's hard to do in the NBA.
Exactly, especially in the East.
It's hard to do in any sport.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the East is actually I always thought for the longest time that it was either one or the other. Like one conference was either loaded and the other was not. But this year, bro, it's actually I would still say it's maybe a little bit more West heavy. But I think that the East still has 4 or 5 really good teams.
It's close this year. It's close. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the teams, and I think the East might have one more good solid team in the West right now. But it's close. There's a lot of talent both sides now, not just the West.
I think that there's 3 teams on either conference that could probably win a chip.
Yeah, I'd go with 3.
Would you agree with that?
I'd say there's maybe 5 if everything falls their way in the East. Because you're not
5?
You're not counting the Heat, and the Heat are kind of a fringe. They're like the 5th team, everything's got to go their way. But the 76ers are there. They haven't had Ben Simmons. They're the fringe. They're the other 2. They're the fringe 2.
Are we sure on the Heat?
I'm not sure on the Heat, but they're the 4 seed. They're the 4 seed right now.
They are the 4 seed, and no Victor Oladipo either.
they've had injuries too and COVID. They're playing without people. They're the 4 seed.
I wanna talk about one more team on the East, and then we can move on to the West. The Charlotte Hornets. I want to talk about the Charlotte Hornets really quick. As somebody that grew up in Charlotte for like 15 years, we were never good. We made the playoffs a couple times when we were the Bobcats. We made it a couple times when we first transitioned to the Hornets, but we were never like considered anyone that even had a chance out of making it past the first half, the first round.
For sure.
This year, I'm not saying that we're going to make it out of the first round or the playoffs, make the playoffs in general. But I just want to say that LaMelo Ball is exceeding my expectations more than I could have imagined. They're 21-19, which is only 2 games above 500, and they're 5-5 in their last 10. I just really like that young core that they have in Charlotte. They have Miles Bridges, they have Terry Rozier, they have LaMelo Ball. And I think those 3 players are ridiculous.
Oh, they are fun to watch.
They're very fun.
Like, at the bare minimum, they are fun to watch. Miles Bridges has done some of the most insane dunks I think I've ever seen. On people, like hard, like not these soft, like throwing it in. Like he's dunking on people, and he's not like he's stocky, but he's not like tall. He's going up there with centers and just jumping over them. It's insane.
I forgot about James Bouknight as well. He's a good shooting guard that they have as well over there. I'm looking at their roster. There's nobody really else that is kind of impressive. PJ Washington, he does good enough for them. Kelly Oubre Jr. is having a great year with the Hornets as well.
He came over from the Warriors.
He did come from the Warriors. And to me, like, you're playing with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins. Was he there last year? He might have been there last year.
Yes. Yeah. Oubre was there and Wiggins was there, yeah.
And so, like, maybe you don't get as much ball as you want when you're playing with the Warriors. But if you go to the Charlotte Hornets, you're like, all right, I'm pulling this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pulling that.
I'm looking around I'm Kelly Oubre Jr. I'm better than these guys. I'm shooting the rock. When I get the rock, I'm shooting it. Unless it's LaMelo.
Exactly. And this season, Kelly Oubre Jr., he's averaging 16.6, 3.4 boards, and 1 assist with a 16.30 per, which is fire. You know what I mean? 16, 4, and 1. You know what I mean? You're still not the main guy. You know what I mean?
Is he coming off the bench too? Or is he starting?
Is he starting? That's a good question.
Is Gordon Hayward still in Charlotte? He's probably off the bench then.
Gordon Hayward is still in Charlotte.
If you're getting 16, 4, and 1 off the bench, you're okay with that. You love that.
Yeah, exactly. And he's shooting at a good percentage too. His true shooting this year is 58.5. That's pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
I'm taking that every day.
So yeah, the Hornets, like I said, they're not having like a crazy year as a team, but like just in general, you know what I mean. I think that they're doing better than most people thought they were going to.
It's definitely a start.
Yeah,
definitely a start of something.
One thing that I think that the Hornets really need badly is interior defense, because right now they got Miles Plumlee.
Yeah, they had Biyombo.
They did have Bismack, but they got rid of him again.
Yeah, I mean that guy was scoring 0 a night, but like he was at the rim.
Yeah, he was a good rim
protector. Go through him.
Especially when he played for Toronto. He had a really good run in the playoffs when he played for Toronto.
That's where he got his name. That's where everybody knows him for.
Yep. Did you know that he played? Did you know that he played for the Hornets before he went to Toronto and then went back to the Hornets?
I did not.
Yeah, he played for the Bobcats and Hornets, and then went to Toronto and then came back to the Hornets.
Interesting.
But I do have a theory on what a potential trade that the Hornets could make in order to increase their interior defense. I'm interested to hear what you'll have to say.
I would love to hear this.
Okay, but we'll talk about it after we talk about the West.
Okay, that's fine.
Fair enough.
That works. We'll get to the West. Let's get to the West.
One team that's really pissing me off in the East before we move on, the New York Knicks. Okay. They have a really good team. They have a really good 3, in my opinion. They have a really good 3 players, but they have not really done anything with them, in my opinion.
Kemba got benched this year. Kemba
got benched for 10 games.
Yeah, he was out of the rotation. That's crazy.
I couldn't believe that.
See, for me, team Atlanta Hawks. They're the 12th seed right now.
Yeah,
they were in the Eastern Conference championship last year, and they're the 12th seed this year.
And Trae Young's still having a really good year too.
Oh yeah.
But do you think that's just because of how good the rest of the East is?
Well, I mean, it could be, but I mean, the Celtics are 19, 20. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta be better than the Wizards.
Yeah.
Like, I know the Hornets are in a good spot, but like, you were in the Eastern Conference Championship. You gotta be better than the Hornets, the Wizards, the Raptors. Like, the Raptors are the 7th seed.
Yeah.
You gotta be better than them. Like, they got rid of Kyle Lowry. They don't have DeRozan anymore. They got
Yeah.
all these guys that you knew on the Raptors aren't there anymore. Like, you gotta be above them.
To be
Especially when you were-
fair, the Hawks, Knicks, Celtics, Wizards, and the Hornets are only minus. Okay, so Wizards, Celtics, Knicks, Hawks are all split by 2 games. You know what I mean? They're only 2 games
Yeah,
back
they're
from playing.
close.
Yeah.
They're close. I just feel like if you're the Eastern Conference Finals team, like you were there last year, top 2 in your conference, you can't drop to 12.
Especially
most
Marcus
of your
Smart,
roster's back.
Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. Like, I definitely expect you to be better than 10 seed when you're 40 games in. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I agree. Everybody else on the East is pretty not good.
Yeah, I mean they're all rebuilding. The Pacers have some
facts.
good players that could get moved.
Do you think Sabonis
Actually.
is overrated?
I mean, no. I think he's perfectly rated. Nobody's out there saying he's some superstar. He's a pretty good player.
Is he an
gets you a
all-star?
triple-double every now and then. He's a borderline. I mean, he's an all-star last year. He's a borderline.
15 and
all-star.
25. Is he an all-star?
That's a team. Their team is an all-star. Like, I mean, let's be real. They're 3 and 15 on the road. They don't win away games.
They're not winning away
That's
games. That's a
pretty
good
bad.
point.
Like,
That's
if
a good point.
if they won more road games, I mean,
They might be
they're up
okay,
there.
honestly.
They're up there if they just win some more road games.
Yeah,
We gotta get to the West. We gotta get to the
we gotta
West.
get to the West.
We can come back to the East. We gotta get to the West though.
We can come back to. Okay, last thing on the East. Who do you have coming out? Number 1.
The Nets.
I got the Nets too. As great as the start as the Bulls are having, I think when Kyrie is playing, and I think when James Harden and Kevin Durant, when all 3 of them are playing, bro, I don't think anybody's beating them.
I don't think anybody's stopping them.
Okay, yeah, so we can agree on the Nets coming out of the East.
We can agree on the Nets.
We can agree on that.
Finally, we can agree on the Nets.
We can agree on something.
It's only been a year. It's only been a year. We agree on
because
the
last
Nets.
year you had the Bucks,
I did.
and they did, and they did. Come out. That's fair. Okay,
That's fair.
West. Phoenix Suns 30 and 8, Golden State Warriors 29 and 9.
Yeah, they're. I'm gonna say this. Okay, I was gonna say this for a little bit later. Last year, the Warriors were a 6 seed or a 7 or an 8, and I said, actually, you said to me, if Klay Thompson comes back, they're a top 3 seed, and I said, no way.
You
said,
did
"No
say
chance."
that.
I said they're a 5 seed.
You said
Klay
that they're
Thompson
a 5
is
to
not
8
even
seed.
back yet. Klay Thompson is not even back yet, and they're a 2, and it's close.
It's one game, brother.
It's so close, and they've already beat the Suns this year.
They beat the Suns twice.
They beat them twice. They've already played 3 times.
Was it 3
They only
times?
I think they lost to them once and then beat them the next time. I think they played like back to back or something like that.
Are we
If
sure?
They played them I think they've already lost to them once and beat them once.
They beat them on Christmas. I know that for a fact.
I think they lost to them before that.
Are
They
we
played them
sure?
before
I
that
might have to
once.
fact check that, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm pretty sure that they lost to them, but still.
No Klay, though, taking a game off the number 1. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. The fact that they were the 2 seed, I can't believe it. I literally said they're a 5 seed if Klay Thompson comes back. I said it. I'm eating it. Like, I was gonna save it. I was gonna save it for the other topics we have.
You said
But,
that
like, wow.
with a healthy 100% Klay Thompson, they were a 5 seed. They don't
said they
have
were-
Klay
yeah.
Thompson, and they're a 2.
I said Portland was better than them. I said it. Portland's the 12 right now. So
You did say Portland was going to have a better season.
all
That
that
was
came
blasted.
back to me.
That
That
was
was blasted take right there.
That was a blasted one. I couldn't believe that you said
blasted.
that. I'm not going to lie.
I can't believe I said that looking at this right now.
And
Like,
I
that's
think,
insane.
and I think that's a testament to how good of a season Steph Curry's having this year. He's
guy's
not been
insane.
shooting very good these last 3 games. He's been like 1 for
Something
10,
like that,
2
yeah.
for 9, something like that. But his true shooting is still, I believe it's high 50s true shooting. So like season wide, bro, he's still having one of his best not one of his best, but he's having a very good career shooting season for him, and obviously broke obviously broke 3,000 threes. Never seen that before in NBA history. So every 3 that he makes from now on is a
another record.
Yeah, exactly. Which is crazy to think about.
And I don't. It might be a while before we see anybody break that number. Like,
Yeah, that's something we could talk about too. I want to know if you think that is an untouchable record. because there's a lot of things that aren't untouchable, but I want to know if you think that that's untouchable.
I think that one is definitely touchable because the league is moving towards more threes. People are, there's good three-point shooters outside of Steph Curry that are just younger and they're going to shoot more and more threes. I think eventually someone will hit it. It might be a while, but I think it's definitely touchable. The record, maybe not. 3,000 for sure.
Yeah, 3,000 absolutely.
3,000 for sure. The record, whatever he ends with, maybe not.
Right.
We'll see on that.
I'm gonna have that pulled up too, so we can get into that a little bit later if we want. Anybody on here that surprises me? The Lakers. This is my blast to take. I said that they were going to be a 1 or 2 seed with those signings that they had.
I was not a fan. I wasn't on board.
Nope. You were the one that's like, dude, they're all 35 plus.
You got 4 future Hall of Famers, sure, but they're past their prime.
Exactly. The only person, there's 2 people on that team that I think are not playing very well. And that's Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. And I know AD has struggled with some minor injuries here and there.
Yeah, definitely. Russell Westbrook has not played well, though.
Russell Westbrook, he's still getting, as far as like his passing and stuff, he still creates opportunities, but his efficiency, brother.
But he every opportunity he makes, he cuts it with a turnover. He just takes away another opportunity, though. It's so frustrating to watch.
And listen, you have to admit this. I have been a Russell Westbrook. I have not been big on Russell Westbrook since you have known me.
Oh,
I thought that Russell Westbrook, he does well. He's a good passer. He's very active. I'll give him that. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's very active. But I don't think that his triple doubles. I think that people take his triple doubles and run with it. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that people look and they see triple double and they're like, oh, he had a great game. I think there's more to it than that. I think that. His time in OKC, I think that a lot of his rebounding was very much lackadaisical, in my opinion. Is it impressive for a 6'3" point guard to get 10, 15 rebounds nightly? Yes, obviously. But you could definitely point out times where it's like, oh, his centers don't go for a rebound. You know what I mean? It was a long 3, centers don't go for it, he runs and get. You know what I'm saying? Things like that don't really impress me.
I still think he's a good rebounder, though.
Yeah. Compared to other guards, yes.
Yeah, he gets some, iffy ones where they just kind of clear out and let him get it. But, he will rebound. He'll get in there and rebound.
Right. Absolutely. And I think that if he was shooting more efficiently, I think he needs to just chalk the 3-point jump shot. I think that he needs to shoot free throw line in. But even then, I'm still seeing videos in games where he's shooting 30 from 10 foot.
Hitting glass and nothing else.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I thought that they were going to be better in 21 and 19. Absolutely.
They've been good lately, though. Yep. I think we can agree on that.
LeBron James has been having one of his best 10, 12 game stretches in his career.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing lights out right now.
He is.
By the way, just to get them to 500.
Yep.
That's got to show you where the team's
at. As good as those games are, he's 21 and 19.
And he's 5-5 in his last 10.
It's
he's
tough.
Played that good, and they're 500 in the last 10.
Mm-hmm. And they're 10 games back from 1 seed. I think that if they have a good second stretch of the season, that they can maybe push. But even then, bro, they're 6 games back from 4. Memphis is 27 right now, and LA's at 21. I think their ceiling is probably a 5.
I think their ceiling is 4. I think you can reach Memphis.
You think?
They got to start now, though.
I think Memphis would have to fall.
Memphis would have to fall, but I mean, it's LeBron.
It is
I
LeBron.
got a little faith in him.
Yeah, I can't count out LeBron.
And there's a whole other half. You never know my surprise team is the Grizzlies. They're 27 and 14. Who would have saw that coming?
I didn't see them at 4. I saw them making playoffs just because I really like Ja Morant.
A top 8. I saw a top 8, but a 4,
Yep.
They're almost, doubling up on 500 there, 27 and 14.
Yep.
I mean, they got some good young players too there, so.
Absolutely. And everybody else is kind of in line with where I thought they would be. I didn't think I had Jazz 4-5, but Donovan Mitchell's been having a really great season. Rudy Gobert in the mentions for a defensive player of the year again. He's also in another mentions
for MVP. We'll get to that. But
oh my god, I could not believe it.
Another Spurs team is the Nuggets, though.
You think so? Yeah, 7.
I I mean, they're a 7. They're in the play-in bracket right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamal Murray's still out.
Jamal Murray's out.
I don't know if he's coming back this year. I feel like he is supposed to. That'll probably help him down the stretch. But.
Yeah. I think for me, bro, the biggest that's crazy to me is the Clippers. Regardless of Kawhi, they've had a lot of injuries. I think regardless of Kawhi being out, I think Paul George, and you might think I'm blasted for this. Paul George, when he was with Indiana, he played a LeBron role as far as being that guy with decent role players around you, and could still get you in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. He was doing more than getting the playoffs. He was getting you to the Eastern Conference Finals. If he didn't
Game
have to
7.
play LeBron, if he didn't have to play LeBron, he would have a couple finals under his belt.
Did he make Game 7 against the Heat that one year? Eastern Conference Finals, was it Game 7?
I feel like they went Game 7.
It might have been Game 7.
I feel like it was Game 7. It sounds so familiar.
So even then, like for me, just somebody of that caliber, and he's still having, last year he had a great season.
He just got hurt though. Like he's gonna be out a little bit with the elbow. They might fall out of the playoffs, which would kind of be a shocker. But like with Kawhi out, Paul George out, it's tough. Those are your guys. Like those are your 2 superstars. Those are your guys.
Yeah.
They're not there. It's tough. That's who you build around.
Yeah. If they're healthy, bro, I think that they're a top 4 seed. I'm gonna say that now. Next season, they're top 4 seed. I'm gonna put that out there now.
I don't think they got 27 wins. Like that's the thing is like
you don't think with Kawhi and Paul George that they have 27?
Hey, right now, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule, I guess.
Because they got 2 of the best on-ball defenders on-ball defending forwards. They're 2 of the best on-ball defending forwards.
They're definitely top 6. Like they're definitely out of the play-in bracket.
Yeah, I think if they're both healthy and you look how it is exactly right now, I think that Memphis drops. And I think everybody else stays the same, and I think the Clippers go up.
All right, so you drop everybody down like 1, basically.
Exactly.
Put the Clippers in. Okay.
I don't know. It's weird, though.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it. Like, I could see it.
I would have to look at their roster because I don't know how much spacing they have. Because Kawhi and Paul George, like, they can shoot, but they're not like, oh, my God, I have to, you know what I mean? Like
get out, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, if Kawhi's the 3, I'm not closing out, like, heavy. Like, I'm putting a hand up, but, like, I'm not sprinting out there and closing out like that.
Exactly. But no, everybody else in the West is pretty much relatively where I thought they would be. The Spurs, they're not having a great year just because they don't really have superstar talent at the moment. I have faith in Pop to get them, maybe 9, maybe 8,
They're 10 right now. I mean, I think they're in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, I think they'll stay at least 10. They'll play for it, but.
I mean, they got DeJounte Murray. I mean, he's a solid young player.
They still have Derek White.
Yeah, I believe they do. They got some young guys, but it's just it's tough right now. They don't.
They got rid of DeMar, so.
DeMar Gasol was there for a while, you know.
And we see what DeMar DeRozan's doing. They probably wish they'd have kept on to him.
Yeah, facts. They'd be up there.
Yeah, facts. They'd probably be
top 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'd probably be at least 8.
Yeah.
I think DeMar could get him 4 games at least,
Oh, for sure. Especially what he's doing right now. Like,
yeah, facts.
He's getting you 4 games. He's getting you 4 games.
Yeah, facts. All right. Who do you got coming out of the West? I got the Warriors. Klay Thompson's going to come back. And here's the thing. If Klay Thompson comes back, he doesn't even have to be at his 100%. He could give him 70%, and I still think that he gives him, 15 points. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think he's got to be 100% to do what he does best either. Like, what he does best is a spot up shoot. He's not even like an off the dribble like that. Like, he's like a come off a screen and shoot. Like, you don't got to be 100% to do that.
Do you bench Jordan Poole?
I don't think he can. He's playing too good this year.
So
I mean, you take him out of the starting lineup, sure, but you don't,
he's not you don't start him, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you don't start him.
That's what I thought.
Unless you go small and then you move Klay to the 3, Draymond's your 4 or 5, and then I don't even know who's playing center for them because James Wiseman's still hurt.
Yeah, he is still hurt. They might be running that small of a lineup sometimes.
Listen, it's gonna sound crazy. I got the Lakers coming out of the West, man.
Don't.
I have so much faith in LeBron. Listen, it's LeBron James playing like this. Anthony Davis, if he just stays healthy, I think they can come out of the West.
Brother, they're 10 games back.
That's fine. That's fine. LeBron doesn't care what seed he gets, okay? He doesn't need home court, okay? He can be the 8 seed. It's not gonna matter. Okay. Last year, AD got hurt. He was doing it all himself against a really good Suns team that was shooting almost 100% from three. It felt like everything was dropping, and he took him 6 games. Like maybe it was 5. Might have been 5. But
that's going on TikTok. I'm making that the TikTok clip.
That can go on TikTok. That's fine. I got the Lakers coming out of the West if AD stays healthy. If
so
AD
you gotta
hurt.
100%.
I got the Warriors. If I had to put my money on one thing, it'd be the Warriors. I don't think AD is 100% to stay healthy.
Okay. So 100% health, you got the Lakers versus the Nets finals. If AD's hurt, you got Warriors Nets finals.
Yeah, so probably Warriors Nets. It's probably gonna be Warriors Nets. But if AD is there, he is that good. And if LeBron is playing like he is right now, which I don't know if he can because he's in his
19th season.
He's 19 seasons in. He's normally in the regular season he doesn't got to go this hard to get to the playoffs.
He's just trying to get in the playoffs at this point.
Yeah, normally he can. You'll see an occasional 40-point game, 35-point game with a triple-double and stuff. He's doing that every night. It feels.
He is, and so I'll give it to him. I don't know. I got them beating the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and everyone in play-in and 5 and 4, I probably have them winning in a 7-game series.
I think they can beat those teams without AD. I won't lie. It'd be close. Those are close series. I think they can beat them without
You're right.
AD.
Honestly, you're right. The Nuggets they might struggle against just because who's going to guard Jokic if AD's out?
Yeah, true.
But
that's true. They might actually. That's probably the toughest matchup for them.
Yeah.
The Jazz,
everybody else.
If the Jazz, if they have AD, I think they can win that. I think that'd be a close series if they have AD. If they don't, Rudy Gobert, nobody's scoring in the paint.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, cool. That's the conferences. Easy enough. So we talked about a couple players that were standing out for us on those teams that we spoke on. We're going to talk about who we personally have as far as our top 3 MVP votings. And then we're going to look, we have a basketballreference.com pulled up. This is the 2021 NBA MVP award tracker. So this is who they have at their top 5. I'm just going to read out these 5, Connor, and I want your thoughts on these 5.
Okay. There's a lot to talk about here.
Number 1, they got Giannis. Number 2, they got Jokic. Number 3, they have Kevin Durant. Number 4, they have Rudy Gobert. And number 5, they have Stephen Curry. 6, Chris Paul. 7, LeBron James. 8, James Harden. 9, DeMar DeRozan. And number 10 is Ja Morant, which is also kind of surprising to me. But we'll just talk about the first 5. 1, 2, and 3, I don't really think are those aren't super hot takes. I think on any given night, those are almost interchangeable in my opinion.
Yeah. Rudy Gobert, though. Let's just bring that up.
Rudy Gobert, they got him above Stephen Curry. This is the 4th highest MVP.
Curry.
I'm going to read off his stats really quick. At the moment, he's averaging 15 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 15 points.
That's not MVP, man. It's just not MVP.
Listen. He's having a great season. I'm not going to say that he's not. His defensive impact for the Jazz is huge. That's one of the biggest reasons that the Jazz are having a season like they are. And if you really think about it, it's most valuable player. On the Jazz, there's an argument as to whether or not he's more valuable than Donovan Mitchell. Thank you.
He's not.
But there's an argument. There's an argument.
I don't even think there is.
There might be an argument.
I mean, in some universe, sure, but not this one. Donovan Mitchell is their best player, and it is not close. Rudy Gobert does something he can't. He defends the paint.
There is no there's no universe on God's green earth that Rudy Gobert is more valuable than Stephen Curry. I am sorry.
It's just not happening.
It's not close.
I'm going to throw this out there. For MVP for us is not best player on best team. It's not who had the best season. It is the literal most valuable player to their team.
And that's how I always look at it.
Whose team would suffer the most if they were not there. And I think you could replace Rudy Gobert with a Jared Allen,
Miles Turner,
and you don't lose
much.
much. You don't lose much. You're gonna lose a little. They're not gonna get the rebounds he does. He's a great rebounder.
Yep, sure.
He's scoring almost 16 points a night, which
that's typical.
You know, it's not bad for someone who's known primarily for defense. But like, if I'm putting Jared out there, he's almost doing the same thing. He's a good rebounder. He's defending the rim.
It's arguable.
I think he's replaceable, in my opinion. I think you can replace him. The Jazz are still a top 4 seed in the West.
I'm gonna have a hot take.
I
think. What's that?
I'd love to hear it.
I think that LaMelo Ball is more valuable to the Hornets than Rudy Gobert is valuable to the Jazz.
I mean, I gotta agree. Like,
is that blasted?
If you take LaMelo off the Hornets, what are they?
They might be horrible.
How many wins do the Hornets have without LaMelo? I don't think so.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. I might be disrespecting. I might be disrespecting Rudy Gobert for that. But I truly believe that if you took Rudy Gobert and, like you said, you could replace him with a Miles Turner, with a Jared Allen, with a Evan Mobley, and they're still going to be okay, in my opinion. Whereas if you take LaMelo Ball and put another guard on that team, I think that they do worse.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you can replace him with like a superstar guard, right? And like, but that's different. You're not replacing LaMelo Ball with like a Steph Curry. Like, you're just not doing it.
I can't believe that Rudy Gobert is on there.
I can't either, especially that high.
I can't. Yeah, facts. He could be like 9-10, sure, but like, bro, no shot that he's 4.
You read all those names and you're like, oh, like these are great players, and like Rudy Gobert is a great player. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm looking at his name in this list and I'm just like, he doesn't stack up to the people that are there. It just doesn't.
Not at all. I'm gonna give you my top 5. This is my personal in order top 5 from 5 to 1.
Okay.
I'm going, and this might be blasted.
Okay.
And this might be blasted.
It might be.
I'm going KD at 5.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm going KD at 5.
KD at 5.
I'm going Jokic at 4.
Okay.
I'm going LeBron James at 3.
Okay.
I'm going Giannis at 2.
Okay.
And I'm going Steph Curry at number 1.
Okay.
That's my 5.
We got a couple similarities in there.
Okay, here we go. Let me hear yours.
I'll start at 5. For me, 5, Jokic.
Okay.
I got Jokic at 5. I got Giannis at 4.
Okay.
I got Bron at 3.
Okay.
KD at 2. Steph at 1. I got Steph at 1.
I might have been a little blasted on KD.
He's scoring 30 a night.
But here's the thing. The reason I'm going to say that is because he has 2 other people on his team, when fully healthy, can do the exact same thing.
Well, Kyrie's played 1 game this year.
I'm just saying.
And James Harden is 8 this year, but I don't feel like he's played that well.
He had a really bad first half, but he's been doing really well this last second stretch.
I don't think he's like 8th in the MVP voting though. Like,
he's averaging 22, 9, a steal.
Do you think he's better than DeMar though? You think he should be
value-wise?
Value-wise.
Dude, James Harden's averaging 22, 9, 22, 10, and 8.
Yeah,
he's only averaging 4 less points on less shots than DeMar DeRozan, and he's averaging 3 more. He's averaging 5 more assists and 3 more rebounds.
I mean,
it's closer. It's a lot closer.
It's closer than I think. I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I think DeMar too. I literally looked at this because I thought Zach LaVine was having a much better year than DeMar DeRozan.
I told you.
But I looked.
Did we not talk about this earlier?
We did, but their stats are literally copy paste.
Yeah, they're damn near the same.
They are scoring the same points. I think it's like rebounds and assists are flipped. I feel like DeMar's got 5 assists to 4 rebounds. I think LaVine's the other way. I think he's 5 rebounds to 4 assists.
Yeah, I didn't think that combo would work as well as it is, but they're going crazy this year.
Yeah, I did not realize how good both of them were playing. Like, they're both scoring 26 a night. Like, out of your guards,
crazy.
like, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's wild. So wait, year 5, you had Jokic, Giannis,
LeBron, KD, Steph.
That's typical. Like I said, I feel like most of those players on any given night you can almost trade.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's close this year for sure.
Oh yeah. And I literally only have Steph 1 because I did not think that they were capable of this without Klay. I didn't even think they were capable of this with Klay Thompson.
Exactly.
Without him. And Steph Curry's got him at 29 and 9. Like,
I think if you take Steph Curry off of that team right now, as good as Jordan Poole's playing, as good as Andrew Wiggins has been playing, as good as Draymond has been playing, I don't think they're in the play-in.
I don't know if they drop that many.
I don't know if they're in the play-in, brother.
Well, I mean, the Spurs have 15 wins. Do you think they got 16 wins? Spurs are the same.
Okay, they might be 9-10. They might be 9-10.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, somewhere around there, yes. Like, I agree.
But
they're definitely in the play-in.
Yeah, that's why I have Steph Curry number 1. Like I said, those other 4, I really think you could have them in any order, and nobody's really going to argue with you. All I know is you're not having Rudy Gobert top 5. That's all I know.
Yeah, right. He was never even a thought for me. I was thinking about this throughout the day. Like when we started talking about this, I was thinking like, who are my MVP picks? And Rudy Gobert never came to mind. Wasn't even a thought. I didn't even think Donovan Mitchell, let alone Rudy Gobert.
I almost didn't want to do this podcast when I opened up this article and I saw that he was up there.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna be honest.
Like right before we started, you're like, just look at it, and I'm like, Rudy Gobert. Like I'm like, Rudy Gobert, why is he there?
What is this guy doing up there? Yeah, exactly.
What's he doing?
He is shooting 70% from the field, though.
I mean, he's shooting from 2 feet, though. Like, you better be shooting 70%.
He's shooting lays only. Is that what you're telling me?
He's only. Look, I want you to just look at the field goal attempts. He's taking 7 a game. Like,
yeah, that's true.
He's making 5.
Yeah.
The rest of them are free throws. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's tough. I can't. Yeah, I can see why people would think that, but it doesn't make enough sense to have him over any of those other, even over like Chris Paul, DeMar DeRozan, John Morant. Like, I feel like all those players are more important.
Like Chris Paul is definitely more valuable than him. Like,
right.
The Suns were a joke until Chris Paul got there. And
exactly.
Had him in the finals in a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like.
Led them to the finals. I could probably name another 5 players that aren't on this list that I would have over Rudy Gobert.
I mean, Zach LaVine's on the list. He's right there. He's got the same stats as DeMar. Like, if
he could potentially be on that list.
Yeah.
Do you think that
Lamellar even like?
Yes, like I said, Lamellar. You could you could maybe throw Jason Tatum on there. You could throw Luka on there. Like, all those people are more important to their
Luka's
team.
not even on the list. Yeah,
He's
like
not.
Luka, like
that would be a snub that I would have. Luka.
Oh,
He's
definitely.
not even a mention.
Not even a top 10. Like,
yeah, that's pretty wild, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, even like a Paul George before he got hurt, like
Paul George, yep.
He was going off. He was going crazy.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think if there's anybody that I'm sleeping on at the moment.
Yeah.
I think that's probably everybody that I would have.
I mean, maybe like a Jimmy Butler. Like, I don't even know what he's done this year, but like,
I feel like his team's too good almost.
I mean,
I know that doesn't necessarily matter.
Is it though?
That team is pretty good.
Are they like? I don't know.
Tyler Hero's in the running for he has a argument for most improved.
I'm not sold on the Heat, man. Like, I know their record's good, but I just don't feel like when I'd say the Heat versus the Nets.
Yeah, Heat versus Nets, Heat versus the Milwaukee. Yep.
Yeah, even the Bulls might have a better team than them. Like,
they might
the
match
Bulls
up
in a 7-game series.
I don't know who's gonna guard DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic in the Bam matchup I like, but I don't know who's gonna guard DeMar DeRozan, Zach. Imagine Kyle Lowry trying to guard Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan.
Trying to guard even Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball,
is
exactly.
6'6". Like, that's just a mismatch.
And I don't think that Tyler Hero can guard either of those two players.
No, I mean, he's gotten better at defense.
He's not locking up.
He's not a good defender still.
Exactly.
Like, he's there to shoot the 3 ball. And,
he's there to shoot the 3 and create a little bit of opportunity. That's what he's there for.
For sure.
So if I had to pick an MVP this season, my personal preference would be Steph Curry. Who do I think is going to win it? Probably Giannis again, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. In my opinion, it should be Steph. I think Kevin Durant's going to make a run at it. Like,
it's still early.
He was leading the league in scoring for a very good majority of this year with under 20 shots. That's very hard. He's the only
30.
one in the top 10 that wasn't taking 20 shots.
He's averaging 36 and 8 on 60% shooting, brother. 56.
Yeah, like
on 37 from 3. Yeah.
I think he's gonna make a run. That's who I think will win. I think Steph deserves it. But once again, this voting doesn't go off who's actually the most valuable player.
Steph Curry's averaging 26, 6 and 5 on 38 from 3 and 55 from
Now, He's shooting 38% from three, taking 13 threes a game.
Taking 13 threes a game, brother.
It's almost
That's
39%. It's very close to 39%. Like
he's making
taking
5 threes a game, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild to think about,
That's
especially even after
everybody
the last
else on the
couple of
list
bad
is
games.
not even close.
Yeah,
Like, Kevin Durant's hitting 2 a game. He's shooting 5 a game.
Yeah,
Curry's hitting 5 a game. Like,
shooting 13.
insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's insane.
So yeah, that's who I got for the MVP. Like I said, this is a close year, bro. Like I said, the 4 or 5, bro, like could go either way. At the moment, I'm sure somebody's gonna pull away towards the season end, but at the moment, yeah, it's pretty wild to be honest with you.
It's definitely wild. I don't think Rudy Gobert will. I don't know why he's even there, but
I can't believe that Rudy Gobert.
I clicked on his career like, hold on, really quick. I just want to throw this out there. His career stats. He's averaging in 582 career games, 12 and 11. And like 12 and 11.
That's MVP right there, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
And he's apparently in the running for MVP. Like,
he's having a good season. I'm not gonna take away his season so far. Like, he's having a good season,
though?
but it's not MVP candidate.
I don't know, man. I think John Morant's got a better chance.
And LaMelo Ball.
And LaMelo Ball, Zach LaVine, and we can go on and on and on.
But yeah, that's what I got MVP wise. Like I said, very tight season so far. Hopefully, Rudy Gobert, the next time we do a podcast on the NBA, will not be in the top 5. So that's what I'm hoping. Next topic I want to jump into is the All-Star voting, the fan votes so far. Because the fan votes have always been kind of a joke to me, but some of these is like almost disrespectful. So do you want to start with the East or the West?
Let's do the East. We'll start with the East.
We'll go East.
Conference. Cool.
Number 1, as far as guards, they got DeMar DeRozan. I think that's very well deserved.
I think it's deserved.
Very deserved.
Now, he's way ahead of Harden, who's second.
Yeah, he's like 600,000 fan votes above James Harden.
And I think this is the problem with the fan vote, is he hit 2-game winners.
And everybody was like,
then,
yep, it's
and then he got a spike in votes.
Those game winners were tippable.
They were definitely tippable, but I don't think he's number 1 by this margin at least.
Yeah,
hit those game winners.
I also think that Zach LaVine. So the top 5. Top 5 is DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, Trae Young, Zach LaVine, and LaMelo. I think it should be.
Kyrie's 6, by the way. And
Kyrie is 6 and has played 1 game.
1 game.
And that 1 game was tippable. He did have a tippable 1 game.
He did have a tippable 1 game.
I don't think that he should even make the All-Star game this year, in my opinion.
No,
he shouldn't even be on the team. And that has nothing to do with like what he's doing or why or anything like that. Yeah. You play 1 game, I think that it doesn't matter how good, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, you shouldn't be on the team because there's 9 other guys on this list who have played the whole season, most likely, who, regardless of your stats versus theirs or your clout versus theirs, they should probably be on the team because they played the season.
They deserve it more for sure.
100%. So like I said, the top 5, DeMar, James Harden, Trae Young, Zach LaVine, LaMelo. My personal 5 in order from 5 to 1, I would go LaMelo, Trae, James, Zach, DeMar. That would be my 5.
I agree with that. I
don't
put
think
them in a different order, but those are basically the 5.
Those are the 5
guards. Those are the 5 guards.
Yeah, those are the 5 guards. I don't really think we need to spend too much time on that. That's pretty standard.
Are we counting Jaylen Brown as a guard or a forward? I might throw Jaylen Brown up there, but yeah, he's not on either.
He's not on any list. That's crazy. Jaylen Brown, I like LaMelo more than Jaylen Brown. He might not be
top 5, but
yeah, he should be on the list over Fred VanVleet, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe like even Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is a bench. He's still good. Like Derrick Rose is not Derrick Rose.
He shouldn't be on this list.
He shouldn't be 7.
He should be on the fan list. He should be on the fan vote. But he should not make the team.
It is the yeah. He should not make the team.
Moving on to the front court, 1 to 5. Kevin Durant's first. Giannis, Joel, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler. I think that's really fair. Honestly, I don't really have a complaint with any of those. I think that even if it wasn't fans, I think that if it was like actually how it should be, I would probably have them in that order as well.
Very close. Yeah.
I think that's pretty accurate. LaMarcus Aldridge is 9. I don't think he should be on this list, in my opinion. I feel like somebody like Evan Mobley maybe should be on the list over him.
I mean, Vucevic is below him.
Vucevic should be higher. Again, it's a fan vote, but
it's a fan vote. Yeah. I mean, Miles Bridges is 8, and regardless of what you want to think. Like he's a good player, but like
he might
I
should
think
be on this list.
maybe.
Can you name me two other people that aren't on this list that you would want as far as a front court?
Jaylen Brown, if we're counting.
Jaylen Brown, okay, sure. We'll count him as a forward. Jaylen Brown should probably be on this list somewhere.
And Evan Mobley, like you said, I mean.
Do you think Evan Mobley should go over Miles Bridges?
I think he's a better player.
Then Miles, hold on, I'm gonna read you Miles Bridges' stats this year. Do you know, like off the top of your head, do you know how good of a year he's having?
I know he's having a good year. I don't know what his stats are. I know he's having a good year.
I'm gonna read you off his stats right here. Ready?
I'm listening.
He's averaging 19.5, 7 rebounds, 4 assists.
I mean,
that's tippable.
I guess he's up there. He should definitely be above LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's tippable.
I think we can agree on that. I don't know about Vucevic. I think Vucevic maybe should be above him.
So he's averaging 47 field goal, 32 from 3. That's still not bad.
Not bad.
27 and 4, like that's a good season.
And he was never a
big scorer,
shooter or anything. Yeah.
So yeah, I would keep Miles Bridges on there. I would have Jaylen Brown, whether or not you regard him as a front court or a guard. He should be on the list, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm not, only a couple of people on either of these lists that I don't think should be there at all. I don't think Derrick Rose should be on there. I don't think Kyrie should be on there. And I don't think Fred VanVleet should be on there.
He might sneak in, especially if you take the other two off.
You think 10? Yeah, he might be 10.
Yeah.
He might be 10. He's having a good year, but his team is just so bad right now, though.
They're so bad. But should team really come into an all-star vote?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, it's just who are the best players in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Trae Young is 3, and their team is terrible this year.
Yeah, their team is pretty meat this year. But moving on to the West, as far as guards, this is pretty much how I thought it was going to be. There's 2 people on this list that I don't think should be on here at all as far as like how they've actually played this year. So 1 through 10 is Steph Curry, Luka, Ja, Klay Thompson, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Donovan, Dame, Russ, and Anthony Edwards. There's 2 people who should not be on here. Klay Thompson, he hasn't played in 2 years, and I don't think Russell Westbrook should be on here at all.
Agreed. I don't actually know how Russell Westbrook is on a list with any of these players. He's been so bad this year.
He's been having a super bad year.
He is the reason they have lost so many games.
That's true.
They've blown so many leads because he just turns the ball over consistently, takes bad shots, like all this stuff.
It's a very good point. Honestly, I like Steph 1, obviously. Luka, I like 2. Ja, I like 3. I like Devin Booker next. I like Chris Paul next. Donovan. I think Donovan I would probably move above Chris Paul in my opinion.
I was thinking the same thing.
Dame. Is Dame washed?
He can't be washed.
I'm looking up his stats.
Yeah. Regardless of his stats, what is he known best for?
He might be washed. You think playoffs?
I don't think they're making the playoffs. I don't think they're making the play-in tournament.
Okay, he's averaging 24, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. He's not washed.
He's not washed.
He's not washed.
It's not his fault they're where they are. Let's just put it that way.
I guess I just expect him to be able to do more for a team than what he's doing right now. Like I expect them to win more games.
I think he should ask out.
Yeah, you got to get out.
I think he just needs to get out.
You got to get out.
He wants to play there, but they're just not good. It's just you just got to go somewhere else. It's not.
I agree. Anthony Edwards, he's having a good season as well. I think he should be on here. My 2 only complaints is Russ and Klay. Klay should be on here. Klay should probably be top 5 if he was playing, but he hasn't been playing, so I can't give him a nod.
And Russ has just played bad. He's had his moments where he plays good. He's got his breakout games, but for the most part, he's just been awful, bad.
All right, and then who do we got for the front court?
We got LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Paul George. Paul George hurt now, so Andrew Wiggins at 4, Draymond Green, Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, Carmelo Anthony, Rudy Gobert, and DeAndre Ayton. I got a lot of problems with this, actually.
Okay, so here's one thing I'm going to say. So we're going to have Rudy Gobert as the 4th MVP candidate, but we're going to have him 9th in the front court all-star voting.
The fan vote.
That's what you're telling me? I can't believe that. Let me get your thoughts.
Wiggins that high. I don't like Andrew Wiggins that high. I don't like Draymond Green that high. I don't like Melo on this list. I think Rudy Gobert should not be in the MVP vote at all. And I don't like him at 9. He, I mean, like you said, if he's 4 in the MVP vote, he's got to be higher on the fan. Like he's got to be higher.
One of these lists is incorrect, and I think it's both of them. So
yeah, good. That's a great point. I think
it's a good point, John.
I think it's a good. I mean, LeBron's always going to win a fan vote.
Yeah, LeBron. Got
like him. He probably deserves. Reading the list here, like he probably deserves to be one.
He deserves to be one.
He's one or two with Jokic for sure.
He deserves to be one.
Paul George is hurt, but he was playing good. He was a top 3, but he's hurt now.
I think that's a bold. Andrew Wiggins at 4?
At 4, and it's not close with 5. Like he has 300,000 votes almost over Draymond Green.
Let me pull up his stats so I make sure I'm not talking out of my rear. Let me see what we got here.
I think you are regardless. Oh, not
19.1, 4.5, and 2 assists. That's an all-star season, sure. But is it 4?
Is it an all-star season? Is that an all-star?
That might be an all-star.
Are we sure?
That might be an all-star.
It's fringe, if anything. I don't know.
Draymond's on this list. It might be all-star.
What is Draymond doing this year? I need to know Draymond's stats. That's what I need to know.
Draymond Green stats. He's averaging. Okay, listen. This is a great season for Draymond Green. This is a great season. He's averaging 8 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists.
I mean, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Sure.
He's not a scorer.
I once claimed he was a good shooter. I once claimed this guy was.
Did you or did you not a couple of months ago tell me that Draymond Green is a scorer?
I told you he could score the basketball.
I couldn't believe it, John. I could not believe it.
He's not 5th. Let's just get it.
He's not 5th. He's on the list, but he's not 5th.
He's above Anthony Davis.
Anthony
Davis isn't playing well, but he's above Anthony Davis.
This is my 5. 5-1. This is my 5.
Okay.
I'm going Anthony Davis 5.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay.
I'm going. Paul George just got. I'm going Paul George 3 still.
I would keep the top 3.
Yeah, top 3 I'm keeping. I might change out Jokic for Bron just because Jokic, in my opinion, has had as good of a season the whole season.
I think you could flip that for sure.
So that's my 5. AD, Cat, Paul George, Bron, Jokic. That would be my 5 as far as how they're playing. Obviously, again, a fan vote, but
that's probably what I would go with as well. So,
all I know is Rudy Gobert should not be on either of these lists.
No, he shouldn't. He
just shouldn't.
Maybe. I mean, he's made a couple All-Star teams, right? Like,
yeah, Rudy's been on there.
You know, how many All-Star teams? Let me see. He's a 2-time All-Star. So I mean,
2-time All-Star, you can't be an MVP.
You just can't be.
You can't be. You're disrespecting so many people, brother.
So many people. Like literally everyone that's ever won an MVP. Like you're in the same name as Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Bird, Kareem, like all of these names, and then it's just Rudy Gobert. It just doesn't sound right.
Just can't believe it. Anybody you think is going to get snubbed off an All-Star game this year just because of how good some people are playing, or everybody's probably going to get their touches if they deserve it?
I think who deserves it but probably won't make it. Darius Garland. He's just playing really good this year.
Yep, Darius Garland. I think that we can go into him a little bit at the moment, actually. Darius Garland this year, he's averaging 20 points, 3 boards, 7.3 assists on 56% shooting.
And a steal. He's getting a steal every game. That's
1.3. Very good season out of Darius Garland. I didn't see it coming. I didn't really have much anticipation for Darius Garland. Maybe you did just because you're from Ohio, so you're a little bit more into it. Yeah.
Not like this, you know.
Like this. I do want to hear your thoughts on Darius Garland versus Lamellar because that's been a big talk this year. So I just read off Darius Garland's stats. Lamelo's averaging 19.3, 7 rebounds, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and we'll give him 2 steals, 1.7.
Yeah, he's right around there. I mean,
on 50% shooting.
I mean, they're pretty similar.
That's very similar. He's averaging 4 more rebounds.
Outside of the rebounding, but he's like 6'7". So
LaMelo does have a couple inches on Darius Garland. If I had to pick one, I would say LaMelo. I am a little biased.
I'm picking LaMelo. LaMelo is definitely better. But I mean, seasons are really close though. LaMelo's got like 5 inches on him. Like Darius Garland's like 6'2". So,
Darius Garland
getting 3 rebounds as a 6'2" point guard isn't terrible. Like,
no, absolutely not. Did you think Darius Garland's in the conversation for most improved? Has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he has to be. I don't know what he did last year stats wise, but it wasn't that. It wasn't 19, 7, and 3.
Yeah, he had a big jump and shooting almost 60%, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
especially, and he's like the leading ball handler now because Sexton's out. Rubio just got hurt. Like it's him. Like he is the guy now.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I think those two players might be two players that are going to be very good for a very long time.
Oh yeah, I think Lamello for sure will be good for a long time. Darius, we'll see. It might just be a breakout season.
Can he shoot?
He's a shooter.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
I think he can keep that up.
Yeah.
Maybe not 20 points a game. That's I don't know if he's a 20-point per game scorer for his career. Like I don't know if he'll do that, but.
Do you think he does that on a better team?
Oh yes, yeah.
You think he could, like I'm saying, like with other people that need ball as much as he does? Do you think that he could still be efficient?
Forced? Oh yeah, no, I think that would help him. I think that helps a lot of players.
Okay.
Even if they need the ball more, like just having people that like Lonzo, we'll just say Lonzo in this instance, like he's got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic, all need their touches, but you gotta you can't double somebody because you have those guys. So he's one-on-one. He's not the main focus, so he doesn't always have the best defender on him, stuff like that. Like, I think that helps anybody.
Yep. Damn, Darius Garland is 6'1".
Yeah, no, I thought he was 6'2", so...
And I'm older than him.
Oh, my God. That guy's lighting up the league.
And I'm shooting the Dude Are We Boys podcast.
Hey.
That's what I'm doing.
I think we're in a better spot, but...
I agree. Cool. I think those, like I said, I just wanted to talk about those two guys real quick just because LaMelo gets a lot of attention. I think Darius Garland is starting to get attention.
For sure.
He might have to get off the Cavs, though, bro.
Come on, man. Everybody leaves the Cavs.
Everybody leaves the
twice,
Cavs.
man. They left us 2 times, too.
Yeah, facts. Can
we just have Darius Garland, man? Can we keep Darius Garland?
Facts. What? Is he signed to a big contract?
I think he's still on a rookie deal. It's only his
rookie
third year.
Okay, so I thought. So, all right, last question as far as Darius Garland. Would you, if you had to pick, if you're the GM and you had to pick one, are you picking healthy Colin Sexton or healthy Darius Garland after you've seen what both can do?
Probably Darius Garland. Just 'cause he's
you think so?
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to have both.
You think they could work well together?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were working well together when he was playing,
Sure.
Sexton was playing, so.
I
think they do different things as well, so they can space the floor. Like it's not like a Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid thing, even though those are way bigger names, but
right.
They're not doing the same thing. They're gonna do their own thing. They help each other because he's spreading the floor. Sexton's got a lane off it, all that good stuff.
Right. Yeah, I think those are two players that I'm gonna keep an eye out for. Going, I think LaMelo Ball is. He's not once in a lifetime because he's not like that yet, but I think he's special, bro. So me, when I was in high school playing basketball, we always would look at max preps every day just to look at everything.
Yep.
Chino Hills was the #1 ranked high school while I was in high school. And so I've been watching LaMelo, Lonzo, and LiAngelo for the last 5 years. And it's crazy to see, like I said, I didn't think LaMelo was going to be better than Lonzo, but I would say that LaMelo's better than Lonzo. Yeah.
Just in pure
scoring
talent, talent, just overall talent, he's better.
I would
agree.
Right
now at this moment, Lonzo is probably a better player at this moment, more defined, refined.
Yeah. I think LaMelo's ceiling is better.
Yes. LaMelo, way better. It's so much higher because he is just a better scorer, better all that.
I think go ahead, sorry.
Lonzo's a better passer. I think we can. It's close. I think Lonzo's a better
passer, better defender.
Better defender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
But what LaMelo can do on the offensive side is just so much it's just way higher ceiling.
Yeah, I agree. I think LaMelo's more fun to watch too. Not that really matters at all. I just think that
he is.
As far as getting contracts and stuff though, putting people in seats matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think that's an important part too. Do you want to hear my trade proposition for the Hornets to get better?
I do.
They need interior, right?
Uh-huh.
I think you try to come up with a package to get Miles Turner from Indiana.
See, when I brought up the Pacers earlier and I said people were going to trade it, it clicked. I'm like, he wants Miles Turner, and it could happen.
I think you try to get rid of Miles Plumlee. Maybe, I think Miles Bridges is untouchable right now.
I wouldn't trade Miles Bridges.
I wouldn't trade Miles Bridges. Maybe,
I would trade Gordon Hayward. Would you? yeah, I would ship Gordon Hayward.
That's tough.
Yeah, but like I'm getting rid of him to fill a need. I don't think you need Gordon Hayward.
So and you get rid of a bad contract too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. If I could keep Gordon Hayward, I would like to. I'm thinking you maybe try to work James Bouknight, Mason Miles, the Plumlee that we have.
Plumlee, yep.
And then some picks. I think you try to work that out, get Miles Turner. I think Indiana needs to go full rebuild.
I mean,
Sabonis and Miles Turner are not getting it done.
No, but they have Malcolm Brogdon who's young too, so...
Oh my God, that guy is so ass.
They just
so
drafted
mid.
a guard. He's mid, but like he's still good.
He's so mid.
Like you're not gonna complain that you have Malcolm Brogdon on your team.
I might complain.
You can't. He's just average. He's just he's just okay. Like I can't complain at a guy who's just okay on my team. Like,
I might complain.
Listen, I'm complaining if I've got DeAndre Jordan on my team right now, if I'm the Lakers, because look, he's not playing. He's just
him.
Bad. He's bad. There's
No, bro.
reason
DeAndre
to play
Jordan
him.
is a rim protector.
And they have Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard, who are both better than him. So why do you have him?
I guess, man. I don't know. I don't know, brother.
I don't know. Like why do you have him?
You have like 35 All-Star appearances on the Lakers combined, and you can't make it past the 8th seed. Like,
and like you're the
figure
sixth,
it out.
Like,
you have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook. Figure it out. I don't know. You either need to bench Russell Westbrook and play Rajon Rondo.
They traded him to the Cavs. They traded him to the Cavs.
No, they
Rondo's
didn't.
on the Cavs. Yes, they did.
Oh my! Who they trade him for?
I don't remember.
Probably
it was like a three-way trade. It was a three-way
Printer
trade.
Inc.
Yeah, basically, it was a three-way trade, and I don't know who the Cavs gave up.
That's tough. I can't believe
I don't
that.
know. But since we were talking about the Pacers,
Yep,
we want to
here we
talk about Kyrie's comeback game against the Pacers, and Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson coming back, bro.
Who was
that
balling
guy
in that
is
game.
godlike for real.
He was battling KD. Like
he really
he was out there. He going bucket for bucket with KD.
He really was. All right, so I'm going to read out Kyrie Irving's stats for that game. 32 minutes, 53% field goal, 100% from free throw. Obviously, not that matters. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, a block, 22 points.
I mean,
Plus or minus of plus 16.
he had the best plus minus on his team,
He did.
except I guess Bembry did, but he's coming off the bench. Out of the starters, he was more than KD, who had 39.
KD did have 39 with 7 assists, 8 boards.
Yeah, that's a game. That's my MVP right there.
63% from field goal, from like field goal shooting.
Yeah, from the floor, in 41 minutes.
Yeah.
Kyrie hasn't played a game all year, and he played 32 minutes.
Yep.
Like,
And to not play the whole year and to come back and not miss a stride, in my opinion,
it's tough to do.
It's a good sign. It's a very good sign for Kyrie.
It's tippable for sure.
I think that I've been saying this since that 3 formed. That is the most lethal offensive big 3 that we've ever seen in NBA history. NBA history.
Yeah, no, probably.
And I don't think it's close.
I can't name another big 3 that's like all 3 you got.
KD, Klay, and Steph is close.
Yeah, but like
that
Klay can't get his own shot. Like
James Harden's better than Klay.
Yeah, like
so
Klay can get his own shot. If Klay could get his own shot, like that would be up there. But like Klay just can't.
Klay's not
then,
isolating.
Then like LeBron, Kevin Love, Kyrie, but like Kevin Love is just like
on paper that was up there. On paper that was up there.
But Kevin Love's not getting his own shot in Cleveland. Yeah. He just wasn't. He was
a
spotted guy.
If he played like he did the year before in Minnesota, that might be, but he just didn't. He just didn't. So, I think it's a really good sign for the Nets. Once again, Kyrie not playing a lot of last year and all of this year, except for one game, coming back 22 points, a block, 3 steals, 4 assists, 3 boards on 53 shooting. I think that's a very good sign for the Nets, and I think that if them 3 can stay healthy, no COVID, no injuries, I don't think the Bucks beat them in 7.
The problem is Kyrie can't play those home games. So
can't play the home games, yeah. It's a good
You
point.
honestly don't want home court advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't.
You want to
really
play
don't.
4 away games. Like, if it's Game 7, you want Kyrie. Like, you want to be on the road.
But
As stupid as that sounds, but, like, for that reason,
I agree.
you want Kyrie Irving 4 out of the 7 games if it goes that far.
I agree. And I think that if for whatever reason Kyrie gets vaccinated, if he can play every game, they took the Bucks to 7 last year.
Yeah.
With James Harden was hurt in that series, was he not?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe he was, yeah. He didn't play a lot.
So if you add both of those players, I think I probably have Nets 5-6, bro.
Yeah, probably.
You can't do anything about Giannis, but nobody on that team can do. Giannis is going to guard KD. And he's going to make it.
Yeah.
You have said this. Giannis is the only one that can make it tougher on KD.
And,
sure.
And Tough is 30. Like
Tough is 30. Exactly.
Tough is 30. Like that's what you always told me. Like he's still getting 30. It's
I
like,
said he
yeah,
can make it as tough as he wants, but if he's shooting 48% and getting 30, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're still losing that game. Like
nobody. Drew Holiday might again make it tough on Kyrie, but Tough is still 20-5.
Who's guarding the third guy?
Nobody's
guarding
guarding
Kyrie or Harden when
Nobody.
Holiday isn't on the floor?
Not a
or
single
guarding
person.
one of them. Like who's your third guy? Chris Middleton?
Chris Middleton is getting cooked by James Harden.
And Kyrie.
And Kyrie. Not that Chris Middleton's a bad defender. Those two are just so elite.
Oh yeah,
offensively.
ball handling wise,
So.
yeah. Like I mean, plus they added Patty Mills, who's like
Patty Mills is a good second
kind of what
option.
they needed. Like off the bench, like
Exactly.
good ball handler, good scorer. I mean, he's been on championship teams, so
Exactly. He knows how to win.
knows how to win. He's probably like the most underrated picker for the year on me.
I agree.
Once
again, and they have LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin's playing 5 minutes a night, bro.
He's out of the rotation. He's out of the rotation.
I feel like they could use him, especially against the Bucks, bro. We saw what him and Giannis not battling. Giannis was 40, you know what I mean? But
yeah, but like
Blake,
he's
he's an extra
still.
He's an extra big body to put out there.
Yeah.
So,
like LaMarcus isn't guarding Giannis.
No, absolutely not.
It's just not happening. Nobody's guarding Giannis, but like especially the bigs that they have now. Like, they just aren't. Nick Claxton maybe makes it a little tough. He's lengthy, but I don't know.
I think this is gonna be a hot take. I think that if the Nets don't win a finals with this three, it's gonna be the most disappointing big three in NBA history.
I mean, they gotta win one, right? Like
They have to. If they're healthy, bro, they
team.
win one.
They gotta win one.
They're winning one.
Maybe the other one is like Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, but
James Harden wasn't James Harden then, bro.
Yeah, he was a 6-man.
And Russell Westbrook wasn't Russell Westbrook then either. He was getting there.
He was probably better back then, to be real with you.
He probably was. That's a good point.
He probably was.
He probably was. But yeah, so I think Kyrie Irving coming back, it's a great sign. I also thought it was funny that Kyrie Irving couldn't play because he wasn't vaccinated, and then everybody that's vaccinated got sick, so they asked the unvaccinated guy to come play.
I mean, and I love how Steve Nash also said, like, we're not going to have him play if he's not able to play all the games, and then just welcome him back. Like,
yeah, exactly. Hey,
like, well, we need a player, so, like, we have Kyrie Irving. Like, he's playing. Kyrie, come play.
Yeah. So I think that it's a very good sign for the Nets. Indiana, Lance Stevenson, I don't think that it's going to make as big of a difference. It's cool to see him back playing again at a high level. Lance Stevenson, he's always a super fun player to watch. And he was a really good two-way player back when he was on Indiana with Paul George. He was a big reason that they made it to Game 7 against the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. And so I think that if the Pacers ever do get better and rebuild, I think that he'll be a good part of that team. I just don't think at the moment it matters.
I just don't know if they're going to keep him. Like, he's on a 10-day, isn't he? Like,
you don't think they'll keep him after how he's been playing?
I think they should, but like,
give him an end of the season contract, bro.
I mean, I'm looking at their roster and like they should. Like,
I'm saying, bro, they should keep him. Like,
they should keep. Like, I don't know how some of these. Like, I don't know, man. Like, some of these people I've never heard of.
Right.
Wayne Washington Jr. is a rookie, by the way, and he played at Ohio State last year, and he's a big reason they lost their tournament. Or 2 years. It was 2 years ago or 1 year ago, whatever the last NCAA tournament was that Ohio State played in. He was a big reason they lost their tournament game because he just could not hit a shot at the end of the game. Like, he took every shot and missed every shot at the end of the game. It was insane. And he's playing 37 minutes in the NBA, and he went 3 for 13. Like, that's what he was doing at Ohio State. 3 for 13, he played 37 minutes.
Yeah, I think
10
you
points.
keep Lance, bro. Sign him a small
should.
deal, right? Like a small deal. What are you gonna
Veterans
lose?
minimum? Yeah.
What are you gonna lose?
You might make the play-in bracket if you sign Lance Stevenson. He's gonna put some points out there.
He might make the team better.
I mean, well, to be fair, Indy had a lot of inactives for this game.
Sure.
They got hit with COVID this year. I mean, T.J. Warren from like 2 years ago was like gonna be a good player, and then just I haven't heard from him. I think he was hurt last year. Chris Duarte they just drafted. Malcolm Brogdon. T.J. McConnell was a pretty good backup point guard in my opinion.
Yeah, not bad.
I don't think he's bad. I mean, Karis LeVert.
Also not bad. Not having a great season, but also not bad.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for him. He's from like 45 minutes away from me. So like, but like he was like almost like a borderline superstar in the Nets. Like
he was very good on the Nets.
KD just like missed a game and then Karis LeVert drops 30 in that game. It's like, oh, well, it's like, why is this guy not playing more? Like he should be in the starting lineup with
those guys. It's like Jordan Poole this season for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's like, well, that guy should be starting.
That guy is giving you 35 when Steph has a bad game.
Yeah, it's
like
oh, Steph's out tonight. Well, Jordan Poole's dropping 30. It's fine.
Yeah, at least 30 for sure.
At least 30.
So yeah, those are a couple thoughts on LaMelo and Darius Garland and a couple other players that coming back in the league as far as either can't play because of COVID and restrictions, or Lance Stevenson got hurt for a while, and so he obviously was out of the league. He was playing in China for a while, giving buckets over there. Dude, I'm convinced that everybody is literally godlike in China that played in the NBA.
We can go on with the names. Like if you're in the NBA and then you go to China,
Doug McDermott was averaging 40.
Yeah, you're getting a 10-day eventually because you're just putting buckets over there. Like you're just putting buckets over there.
It's like, bro, we gotta give him another try.
We gotta give him a 10. Like Jimmer Fredette got a 10-day playing with the Shanghai Sharks. Like he got a 10-day because of it.
Yeah, I gotta give Jimmer Fredette. I gotta give Doug McDermott. Was it? No, I wasn't thinking of Doug McDermott. I was thinking of Jimmy Fredette. That's what I was thinking of.
Probably,
that was giving buckets.
That guy got a second 10-day, like 5 years after like
That's
he was
funny.
in the league.
Facts. Cool. I think we only got a couple topics left. I think we could probably wrap it up with Markieff Morris coming out. One of the Morris twins. It was either Markieff or Marcus.
I believe it's Markieff.
I think it was Markieff.
I believe it's Markieff. One of the plays for the Heat.
Exactly. He has been out for 30 games with whiplash after getting hit by Nikola Jokic.
Listen, I've had whiplash, and it's not fun. Like my neck was stiff the next day, but like
the next
2 days later, like the next day, my neck was stiff, but like 2 days later, like I was fine.
Right.
30 games. 30?
That's a lot, bro. I get it. Jokic, big guy, 7'2", pushing 300. Sure, big guy, but
like,
30?
Ryan, if you call off 30 days of work with whiplash, well, what is your job telling you?
I'm not getting paid.
You're fired. You're getting fired.
I'm not getting paid. Exactly, brother. Maybe it's a more serious injury. We don't want to make if the dude's hurt. I'm not trying to make fun of it, but for whiplash, like a neck contusion, a fucking shifted vertebrae, give me that. Don't give me a whiplash. Like
don't be telling me it's a whiplash, man. Like
I'm saying, bro, I can't accept whiplash.
I just, bro, like when I watched the clip yesterday of it happening, and I'm like, there's no way you're having 30 games with that.
That's
you basically pushed him in the back. He
exactly.
Like he ran into you, but like 30, like if you miss 5 games, maybe even 10, I might even give you 10 games with that. But like 30,
30. That's
games?
A lot of games, brother. That's a lot of games. That's almost half the season.
It's like 75% of the season is not how many games we played.
No, I'm saying like 82 games in a season, bro. 30 is only 10 back from half of that.
Yeah, he's missed like 80% of this season. Like
so far, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and he's kind of a big part for that Heat team too.
Yeah, he does some. I mean,
maybe not a big part. I might have been blasted on that.
The reason he's there is why he got hurt, though. He's kind of that enforcer guy, likes to act tough and start stuff, and he did that, and then Jokic wasn't messing around. He retaliated.
That's facts. Yeah, and I stand up for yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Like, don't hurt anybody.
Don't turn around.
I don't think he was trying to hurt nobody. Honestly, I really don't.
No.
But stand up for yourself, bro. Especially
if you're gonna foul someone like how he fouled him. I don't know if you've seen the clip, but basically,
of course, it was intentional.
It was intentional, and all he had to do was wrap him up, do the occasional, the obvious wrap up.
It was excessive.
But he just he shoulder checks him, and then he turns around and walks off. Like you can't turn around. Like You can't foul someone like that and then just act like they're not gonna retaliate. It's the same thing with like the LeBron Isaiah Stewart. Like,
Yep.
Isaiah
Exactly.
Stewart, like he's going to fight back. Like you poked him in the eye, regardless.
That was
of
intentional.
You punched him in the face. It
That was
wasn't a poke in the eye. He punched
Don't
him
cap
in the
me.
face.
That was intentional.
It probably.
Don't cap me.
Probably.
That was intentional.
It was probably intentional.
Well, cool, man. That was everything that we had spoke about talking about. Anything else that came up on your mind that you wanna jump into real quick, or?
Well, last thing. Thoughts on what Klay Thompson's gonna do tomorrow? He's coming back tomorrow from his injury.
Listen, I'll be happy if Klay Thompson comes back 45 or more shooting, 15 points.
I don't know how much he's gonna play. I don't know what he's cleared for.
Yeah, but 50, if he plays, a suitable amount of minutes, 15 points, 45 shooting, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You've had 2 years to only shoot. Focus on your shooting. That's it.
Literally, yeah, and that's all he
Literally all I
really.
want from him.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to see him go out there and play 40 minutes. I don't think you should do that right away. But go out there,
No.
have him come off the bench.
They don't need him to.
Yeah, just come off the bench, play 20 minutes if he's ready. 15, 20 minutes, 15 points maybe, 10 points even. Just get a bucket. Just get a bucket. Like get him a bucket. Get him in some rhythm.
Now
Run
I'm
some
gonna
plays
be
for him. Even if they lose, like run some plays for him. Get him the
Get him
ball.
back
Let
into
him
it.
shoot a little bit. Yeah, get him in the flow.
I'm gonna be worried if he shoots poorly.
I won't be worried if he shoots poorly, just because he hasn't played in a game in 2 years. Like it's
Yeah,
different
bro,
practice.
but I agree, but I have to see how his
if
legs
he's
look.
if he's missing wide open shots, I might be a little worried.
I'm gonna have to see how his legs look.
I agreed.
Because a player like Klay Thompson, that injury, like Derrick Rose, right?
Yeah.
You can't play. Derrick Rose literally had to change his game because of that injury. Couldn't play how he needed to.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson, you could still play like how you played with that injury and not really be worried. But at the same time, that's always going to be in your head now. Like, bro, I just sat 2 years because of this injury. Like, is he going to change his mindset on how he looks at basketball? That's one thing that, because I got hurt playing basketball, right? Obviously, in high school, whatever, blah, blah. But that was on my mind, too. It was like, bro, I just tore my ankle. Like, I got to be conscious of it now, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see if his confidence is there, if his legs are underneath him. And like I said, if you give me 45%, 10, 15 points, depending on minutes, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So, but yeah, they got the 10:30 game tomorrow?
It might be. It said 8 when I looked, but I don't know if that was East, West, whatever that was.
It'll probably be based off. It might be
it's
8.
in California, so.
Oh, it might be 10. It's either 10:30 or 8. So hopefully we can watch it, and then next episode we can have some thoughts on his performance and stuff. But yeah, bro, I think that's all the topics that we had. Anything else, or?
Oh, that's all I had.
That's gonna do it. A little first episode basketball podcast, yes sir.
Yes, sir.
This podcast isn't gonna be just sports related. NBA is really the only thing that I can really have an educated opinion on as far as sports. Connor's really into other sports, football, baseball. I just don't have any insight onto any of those sports. They don't interest me, and so sports related is probably gonna be mostly NBA and things of that nature. But we really want to talk about everything, bro. Music, gaming, things of that nature, and then obviously any other topics that pop up we're super interested in doing. But it was fun, man. I had a lot of fun.
It was a good first time.
Because we do this anyway.
Yeah,
we do this all
anyway.
the time.
You might as well record it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a little bit more yelling if there's no,
That's
recording.
facts.
But
If there's nobody watching, we definitely are screaming at each other.
there's definitely more yelling. But like, we're gonna have this discussion anyways. You might as well
May as well
record
record
it.
it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you might as well.
Exactly. So the first episode is going to be uploaded to my YouTube. One thing I wanted to talk to you about, Connor, we can talk about it off camera, obviously. Separate YouTube channel for the podcast only. We can talk about all that. But the first episode is going to be going up on my channel at some point during this week. Also, if you guys came from TikTok, whatever, I'm going to be posting clips and things of that nature from these podcast episodes onto TikTok, Twitter, everywhere, trying to get it out, exposed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave some feedback, give us some topics on things to talk about. NBA related, it could be music, it could be gaming. Those are probably the 3 biggest things that we ever talk about. Yeah. So anything of those nature. We can talk about shoes, bro. Like I said, I work at a shoe store.
We can talk literally anything. Like we talk about everything, anything that you could think of. So
me and Connor could find a way to argue about literally anything.
Not arguing though. We've never argued.
We've never argued once. That's a good point.
It's a great
Our
point.
friends would disagree with that, but
Yeah,
we've never argued once. That's facts. Cool. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Any closing thoughts? Any comments?
That's all I've got. We'll just see how Klay does tomorrow.
Yep. I'm interested to see. That's probably the biggest takeaway I'm gonna have going into the next episode. Is I want to see how Klay does. So. Cool. Well, hey, listen, thank you guys so much for watching the first episode of the Dude, Are We Boys podcast. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave some feedback in the comment section, topics and things of that nature. Other than that, we're going to head out. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.